I have new batteries, and since the day is nice and clear, I thought I'd give the Pavo20 Pro a flight. I mean, look at that nice blue sky. And then I hear this weird sound. What the hell is it? That strange sound turned out to be the LED connector, which I was previously messing with, which had slid down and was in the props. The connector's taken a beating. I'm waiting for a replacement board in order to make use of it, so I don't even know if the board will work now with the wire chipped the way it is. I tucked it back in there and flew it. It's fine now, I guess. That wire went to the LED board that I said blew up the second I plugged it in, because they didn't really label it clearly on which direction you're supposed to wire it. So I wired it backwards and it just exploded in a puff of smoke. So I guess I'm probably not going to have colored lights on this thing. Not that I need them. Ooh, pretty. I mean, without the colored lights, it's still going to fly just fine. It's going to be a few grams lighter. It's probably better to leave them off. You'll only ever get to see them when I'm taking off on the camera. I can't see them because I'm blindfolded by the goggles. Ooh. Yeah, actually, even though I'm still having problems controlling the throttle, this is flying pretty smoothly. Considering that for me, this is usually about my bedtime, so I am a little groggy. I was actually flying pretty good, so even though I'm not talking very good at this moment, the part of my brain that flies is apparently wide awake and active. Well, this thing handles really well. It's got just as much speed as the Avata 2, if not a little bit more. I'm still having a problem, though. With the DJI drones, you push right or left. They strafe right or left. With a drone like this, you actually have to bank into a turn and then lean into it to go right or left. So trying to nail certain gaps just doesn't work because it can't go sideways when you want it to go sideways. You have to kind of, fake it. Makes it a little more challenging flying this thing around tight areas. Although it handles really well. I've actually heard online that this is the tame settings for it. The factory settings, they actually dial it back quite a bit for a smooth flight. Apparently I could turn this thing up way higher. I can't even imagine that at this phase of my flying. I can barely handle this much speed. And of course it's still in angle mode. Still not flying in acro. I only got one pack and I just don't feel like pushing myself at the moment. Although I probably need to if I'm going to get better at piloting these things around. Actually, I kind of find the footage from doing a lot of acrobatics things to be nauseating to watch. I like nice, smooth footage. But I would like to power loop some stuff, and you're never going to get the power loop if you're stuck in angle mode. Even a good dive is not really a thing that can happen. See, right here, I had to move this thing up. Oh, hit the battery again. I had to move it up over the top because I could tell I wasn't moving left and right fast enough to make that turn. Something I could do with the Neo or the Avata, because when you push those things right or left, they go right and left. Okay, finally getting a low battery warning. This pack's actually lasted pretty good for LiPo packs. They don't tend to have a lot of battery power. Ooh, yeah, perfect landing right on the top. All right, I'm gonna go to bed.